Hello there team, welcome to Teach Together Try. You're with Mr. Burns, and today we are going to be looking at volume. And you might be asking, just exactly what is volume? We'll go on, see if you can work out in your head exactly what you think volume is. It's a bit like area. We've learned about area already, but it's more than area as well. So pause me and have a think about it, or look it up on YouTube if you want, or on Google. What is volume? Okay, I hope you're back, guys. And volume is the amount of space, that a substance or an object occupies. For example, in here you can see the water in here in my bottle takes up a certain amount of space. So we might say, what is the volume of water in this bottle? Okay. Now there is a certain amount of space taken up by this cup. We might say, what is the volume of air in this cup? You can see that area is about a flat surface, but when we talk about volume, we're talking about the space within an object. So, how do we measure volume? Well, it's not like area, and if you need a reminder, let's just have a look at area, for example. Remember with area we had a nice square, for example, and the bottom might be 4 meters and the side might be 4 meters. And area, if you remember, area went like this. Area equals length times width, or length times height. So here's our length down here, and here's our width up here. So there's width, and there's our length. And we go length times width, which was 4 meters times 4 meters, which equaled 16 meters squared. And that little 2 there that I just drew there, that little 2's really important, because that literally shows us that there is 16 little squares in that space. And remember, area, we talk about meters squared or centimeters squared. It's really important we have that little 2. Okay? But with volume, guys, with volume, it's a bit like area, but it's different. You've got a whole nother dimension added. You've got like space added. It's not just a flat surface anymore. It's a real object space, something that you can feel. So for example, when we look at volume, let's look at something like a cube, for example. There's a nice cube I'm drawing. Oh no, I don't want to draw a cube. Let's draw a rectangular prism, actually. Okay, there's a rectangular prism. Okay, it's not quite a cube, is it? And let's say it is width-wise. Okay, so width we'll call 2 meters. The length of it over here, the length, this is the length dimension, this up and down, the longest part of any object is called the length, and we'll call that 3 meters. And the height over here, that's this dimension here, let's say that is about 2 meters as well. So you can see we've got more to work out than just 2 numbers. We've got 3 dimensions. We're thinking about width, we're thinking about length, and we're thinking about height. And of course with area, we were just looking at 2 dimensions. Okay, now we've got 3 dimensions, height, length, and width. So when we do this measurement, we've actually got to multiply all those dimensions together. So volume equals, V equals width times length times height. Okay, and well, what's the width here? The width here is 2 meters, so I'll write down that, 2 meters times, what's the length? 3 meters. And what's the height? Times 2 meters. Okay. And perhaps you could even work out that sum. What is 2 meters times 3 meters times another 2 meters? So go on, work that out. And if you're very clever, I'll just pause because the board's a little bit messy. I'll just pause. Okay, and if you times all those dimensions together, you'll realise that it is 2 times 3 times 2, which is, well, 2 and 3 is 6, and 6 times 2 equals 12. But remember, it was meters all times together, so it's meters, but it's not meters squared, because you're not measuring squares anymore, are you? What are you measuring? It's not a flat square. You are actually measuring, here's a hint, there's a hint, you are actually measuring cubes. You're measuring the cubes that are in this object here, this square, this cube, this rectangular prism. You're measuring the amount of cubes that are in this rectangular prism. So we say there is 12 meters cubed, which literally means that there are 12 actual cubes that are a meter big. There are 12 cubes that are a meter big inside this object here, which is pretty big if it's a 2 meter by 3 meter by 2 meter cube. Okay, let's have a go at one more perhaps. Let me show you this one. What is the volume of this object? Well, it's easy, guys. You've just got to times, once again, you've got to times the length here. Here's your length, times the length, by the height, by the width. So your sum should be 4 centimeters times another 4 centimeters times another 5 centimeters, which is 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 5, oh gee, I don't know that off the top of my head. 16 times 5, well 5 tens are 50, 5 sixes are 30, so add it together, 50 and 30 equals 80, but 80 what? 80 centimeters cubed. It's literally saying there are 80 little centimeter cubes in this object. Let's try one together. Let's have a go together. All right, 2 meters in breadth. It is 2 meters wide. It is 10 meters in length. Okay? What are you going to do? What's the sum? What's the sum? Have a think about it. It is, of course, 2 times 2 times 10. And, of course, it's all meters. We'll sort that out at the end. So 2 times 2 is, of course, 4. And 4 times this 10 here is 40. And it's 40 meters, because it was meters. But 40 meters what? 40 meters cubed. 40 meters cubed. It is literally saying there are 40 big meter cubes in this object. It's a big object. It's like from space or something. All right, let's have a look at C, and you're doing this one all by yourself. What do? You've got 3 numbers there. You're trying to find the volume. How are you going to work it out? Okay, it's up to you. Off you go. Okay, I hope you paused me. Please do pause me, because I'm about to show you what you should have done. Right, you should have gone 1 times 1 times 11. 1 times 1 times 11, which really, and then it's all centimeters, isn't it? Which really, of course, equals 11 centimeters cubed. And it's literally saying there are 11 cubic centimeters in this object. There are 11 cubes in this object. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope that has been helpful. See you later.